windscreen out because of this. Gross. So everything around it seems okay, but we just need to make a patch for here. Maybe clean these up as well. Find all sorts of rubbish. There's a fuse. How did that get in there? You find, like, anytime you try to fix anything in the Defender, you find all these random things. All right. There you have it. We're going to get cracking and figure out how we're going to patch in a panel. I've got some sheet metal mild steel that, well, I can cut to shape there, but need to make my template and make sure everything fits first. What a beautiful morning. Really, really nice. Finished up last night, got the template made up for the new panel that we're going to put into the dash. So let's go and have a look at that. So this is where we cut out the space there. Still need to, I'm going to cut this out, but I'm not going to fill that in with anything because all that does here is support the top section, and there's support the whole way across, and it's not interfering with the lock nut for the dash upper to be fixed in. So I cut this out yesterday. I'm going to weld it in today. First time welding, so I'm going to have to go and do a few practices, but MIG welded in. You can see there, got it all lines up. So I'm gonna go practice, maybe show you some of my practice runs, and then we'll do the real thing. So my welds are getting better. I blew right through here, so that wasn't a good one. But I've been practicing my bead lines along like that, and then I've even attached a couple of pieces to the edge. So then once I sanded those down, they don't look bad. It would just need a little bit more sanding to make it nice and flush. So I'm going to try another one running this along here, and we'll see how that turns out. So you can see where we started. So down, whoop, see where we started here and here, and we've welded in along here and in along here. I'm obviously not the best at this, so I'm just going to fill in the rest of the holes with body filler, chemical metal. But I'm happy with that. We'll get the pins back in, and yeah, that's that. Job is Good 'un. Back down again, another morning, and now just filling in some of the low spots with body filler from the welding job yesterday. So I'll show you a close-up of what that looks like now. We'll keep sanding back, then we'll put on a guide coat. We'll see where all the rest of the low spots are, then we can add in some more body filler just to build it up ever so slightly. It's another really nice day, sun's shining, so it's even back to t-shirt weather, which is great. So alrighty, sanding, filling, more sanding, all done, and we are ready to spray our primer. Get this very smooth. Get this ready for paint. We had to take the frame out for the windscreen so that we could get to the bulkhead for me to do the welding pack. So Leah has been sanding this back with an abrasive wheel on the angle grinder. So once we get all that out, we are going to, dirty, we are going to coat it in an epoxy primer, and then we'll have it ready for paint. Finished priming the windscreen frame, so I've just started to put a light first coat. So I primed it, and then I let that primer harden, and then I sanded it with a 400 grit, and then went over with a 600 grit, and now I'm applying a bit of paint just to the bottom. I'm just painting the top of the bulkhead and the bottom of the windscreen frame, so that I know that they're covered, they're painted, they're not going to corrode underneath, and we'll be able to put the foam in between the bulkhead and the windscreen frame, and then once we've got all of that done, I'm going to put kind of a silicone strip across, and then after that it'll be completely free from water and grease. Fingers crossed. But let me show you what we've been doing here. See, this bit is primed, and then this bit I've just put a light dusting across as my first coat for the paint. Just using a standard Autotech gloss black spray on that. So hopefully have the windscreen fitted today. Look at that. It's a lovely, lovely day. Birds singing, sun shining. Great day to be working on your car. We have sanded the windscreen frame and primed it and given it a sand down. I've just cleaned it, degreased it with some brake cleaner. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix the paint with the hardener. I'm going to put on a coat, and we were able to get a colour match for the Defender, so we're going to put that on and see how it turns out. So this is our blue paint. I'll bring it up closer. You can see that it's our colour match for the Defender. I'm going to mix that with some hardener, and I'm actually going to brush it on rather than getting all of the spray equipment out just for this one piece. I'm going to brush it on. We have our doors to do, so when we come to do the doors, at that point we'll spray everything on. So first coat of the paint brushed on. So I'll show you what it looks like. I've got a panel off the Defender, so I'll show you the color match. Really impressed with the guys at SE Components in Portadown. They were able to scan this panel to get the color match so that we could have the paint for repainting. So Rona's just chilling over there. So windscreen bracket, windscreen frame, almost ready to go back in. We got the new glass, so tomorrow or the next day we'll look at putting in the new glass, and we'll see how much of a job that is. I've heard it takes a lot of patience and a lot of soap to get the windscreen into the Defender. But let me turn the camera around, show you what we've been doing here, and yeah, just show you how good of a match this is. So here's the original panel. This little blob here was their kind of test to make sure that it was the same color, and then this is them side by side. So this is going to need a second go over, and we'll sand it and get it all nice and smooth before we fit it. But the initial I'm happy with. It looks better from afar. But very good paint match. Really happy with that. So there are two lips for the seal on the front of the seal for the windscreen here. One of them goes into the frame and the other then sits out over the front of the frame. So what we're doing at the minute is we've got the rubber in, we're using the string to pull it along, and then what these guys are doing actually with lollipop sticks is pulling out that front lip so that we create that water seal at the front face of the windscreen frame. So it broke. We were very close to getting in the windscreen and it broke. We're going to just send it off to get done. We don't have time. We only have the weekends that we come up to work on the Defender, and something like this has taken, between taking it out and putting the seal on and getting it in, it didn't work first time, so we took it out, we put it back in second time, thought we were getting there, and it broke. So we're going to send it off. We'll have it done by the time we get up again, and it'll cost a little bit more money, but it's weighing up what's worth more, your time or the cost that it's going to take for somebody to do it right and do it well, and it only take them one time to do it. So this, we've decided it's going to be one of those things. So yeah, I'll show you it when we get it back and when we get it installed. Good morning. 1 week later, and following us cracking the windscreen, which was, I think, my fault. we sent it off to the guys at BLRC. They're based in a place called Saintfield in Northern Ireland. So if you are based in Northern Ireland, those guys are really good to go for. They did the job in like 30 minutes. And now we have a windscreen. So they got the seal in, they've got everything done, and yeah, we just popped it in last night, bolted it down at the top. Still need to put in our brackets here, but we still need to paint this section. So we still need to do some of the body work, so we'll get that all sanded down, all done nicely, and then we'll just mask from here up, and we'll get that spread in. We'll probably take the bonnet off and do it as well. But we're really kind of in those final stages now where, like, for weeks this thing wasn't watertight. So this is in, once we get the front vents back in, the vent covers back in, then it'll be watertight and we'll be good to go. It doesn't matter where the defender's sitting. And coming to a video near you soon, we've got new doors in the process of sanding, priming, painting, all of that good stuff. So that's coming your way as well. As always, thanks for watching this episode. Hope you're really enjoying it as much as we are enjoying the process of converting Rona into this off-grid camper van. It's really starting to take shape, and we're really looking forward to seeing what comes next and sharing with you what's next in the video series. If you have enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up. And if you want to keep up to date, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.